I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy. That's Anson Wells. We got Young Chris. We got KG. I know it's a bunch of madness, but it is true. Spencer has been fired for getting some guy pregnant. Yeah, he's got a little handsy, and this is consequences needed to take action.
He got me
so
too.
Here's Anson, the fellow heavyweight, if you will. How much do you weigh?
Not enough to be on this show, but I hold it down if we're partying. You know this. I'm a heavyweight in a few categories, but I'm really happy to be here, man. Love it.
By the way, Spencer's he's not gone. I shouldn't have said that with everything else going on.
Right, that's why I looked up
like back on that one.
Spenny ain't going nowhere, baby.
Spenny will be here for Victory Monday.
Damn right.
That's right.
Which will mean the Detroit Lions are playing the Super Bowl. A guy that I've been, I say, realistic about all year. He's gotten extra love this postseason, deservingly so, by the way. Jared Goff, so much so where he's not. Well, I guess he was in town last night. I don't know when they fly out. I'm pretty sure they fly out tomorrow or today. But he's getting a chance at LCA last night. Did you see that?
Big
During
time.
the Red Wings game, we got that video, Chris?
Let me see.
They started chanting that thing at LCA, and deservedly so, though, man. I was thinking back on it, and it's like it is crazy. It is insane, like what's happening right now.
Well, and that's
How
the kind
quick
of
it
stuff
happened.
that we saw. Like, I was around in '84. It was bless you boys back then.
Yeah.
I mean, my school, at grade school, every single class we were doing stuff and engaging in the Tigers. And when it was the Red Wings' turn, it was the same thing in this city. I mean, this is the greatest sports town in the country, period.
Damn right.
And when we've got a team that is winning, that's on display, man. Same thing with, summer of '04. How sweet was that? But now it's the turn of the Lions, man. And this isn't hockey town. This ain't baseball town. This sure ain't basketball town. This is football town, and we finally got the right product.
Yeah, I got. This is football town. It is crazy that it took this long to, I guess, do what we're doing. It's crazy that does it feel normal yet? Has it been? Is it normalized to you yet?
Out of body, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel normal.
Yeah. I guess I bet it won't feel normal come Sunday. But I feel like this week it's kind of leveled out a little bit. Obviously, I'm still excited, but I'm just saying I don't know. I just have expectations for these guys now. I have expectations for this team. I don't think we had Bryant McFadden on, former Pittsburgh Steeler, two-time Super Bowl champion yesterday. I asked him, because I know obviously I have a little bit bias. I'm a Detroit Lions fan, right? I asked him, is this a Cinderella story or is this the real deal? No, this is the real deal. The Detroit Lions are no longer a Cinderella story. I think there's expectations for this team. I think win, lose, regardless, you're going to have a hell of a game come Sunday. And I think that the 49ers feel the same way too.
Yeah, this isn't going to be an easy one either way. And this isn't going to be a short stay for the Lions like it was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It was exciting back then, and obviously there was some tragedy and some weird things that happened to the roster. Lost some guys, but this is built the right way. This is being done with a super young team.
Yeah.
So the window is really just opening, but we've got to be careful, and I know that we're going to get into this a little later on, but we've got to set our expectations as fans to meet what the expectations of the players are now, because this is a whole different thing.
What do you mean by that? Like just expecting them to win more, or what?
Well, I don't want to skip to your question about house money.
Okay. Let's save it then.
Yeah.
Let's save it, 'cause I know exactly what you're talking about. How about this? And I don't know why I let the Harbaugh stuff in there. Detroit Lions, I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, KG. Chris, I know you're on Twitter too. Did I say they're undefeated in the Marshmallows?
I believe
they're wearing
so.
the white on whites this year.
I thought we lost one game, but I heard that we are undefeated in the whites.
I think. Are we? No. What's the word?
What I heard was that we wore them in the Dallas game, right? So people are saying we're undefeated.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that
So
makes
People
sense.
are saying we're undefeated.
We're
but-
undefeated.
Yeah.
We're undefeated.
We did win that game.
Yeah.
We did win that
The
game.
only team that beat us in that
21-20.
game with the stripes.
That's
come on.
right.
21-20. Detroit Lions won that game. Undefeated in the
21-20.
Marshmallows. I'm just saying that the monochromatic.
I hate them though. Still, I hate
What?
those
You
jerseys.
hate them?
I
The
do
Marshmallows?
not like
They're
them, bro.
so clean. What do
I
you
know they're
mean?
pretty cool. They're pretty cool, but
You got a Proud Boy haircut. I thought you'd love the all whites.
no, honestly, I always want them to go back to the old the grays and the deep blues. You know,
No!
You like the
oh
grays.
yeah,
No,
that's the old school throwback.
Here's the thing. If
with the gray all gray helmet, man.
I could
They
see
should do that.
only because I know you. I can understand that because you're the
They were out
bring it up
cold in the
this early
90s when
into
they
it.
wore those, bro.
But you're Mr. Three-letter acronym. I won't speak out loud. Like that's you. But we are the brand new Lions, right? Like, we got a brand new look.
And we
like,
just
this is
about
a
there.
different team, man.
Yeah,
And
we're
I
just
like
about
all
there.
that. You know what I'm saying? Give me that all day, KG.
Yeah, we buried SOL like the N-word. But but no,
Tell him, my
definitely.
king.
I like the all whites, man, personally, and definitely since we undefeated. But the blueberries would have been nice, but hey, it's not our choice. We not at home, so
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Well, I tell you what. I think I don't know what the Chiefs' record is. I'm pretty sure they won 11 games, 10 or 11. If they end up winning on their side, and then we take care of business, we'll be in the blueberries for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, makes
So-
sense.
I like the blueberries. I'm down.
I'm here for the all white. So I feel like I don't know. It felt like a fresh start. Even though I'm pretty sure my first time remember them wearing them, at least with the Dan Campbell regime, was that game in Green Bay that they ended up losing. I think it was a Monday night game. But it still kind of just symbolized like something new, something fresh, and that's
Right.
what this entire team, this entire regime has been.
See, every time that I've seen them bring out white jerseys over the last 30 years, they've just been terrible. So I associate it with losing. But this season, man, they've been rocking
Yeah.
them. So they're going to get dirty this weekend, that's for sure.
Hey, that's for damn sure. How about this, real quick? Did you guys check out? I know you probably looked into this. The referee for this game, the head official.
Yes, sir.
You got
Mr.
some-
Cleat.
Yes. What's up with that?
Well, Cleat, you remember the hands to the face game in 2019 with the Packers?
That's also because the Packers Monday night.
So that
Yeah.
was him. He's only reffed 5 games with the Lions since
Okay.
because of all the problems. And honestly, you look the guy up in Google right now, and you're going to see scandal, all kinds of controversy
No
around
way.
this guy.
From
yeah.
Detroit Lions fans or from NFL?
Oh, from the NFL. From
Wow.
the NFL. But also specifically with the Lions. Lions fans remember that game, against the Packers. But this is a guy that his crew actually calls on average less penalties per game than the rest of the league.
I did see that.
So that benefits us, I think. I think letting us go out there and play our brand of football, kind of way that we brought the hammer last week.
Yeah.
I think that favors our game. But Lions are 1-4 in the games that he has refed since that Green Bay game. But granted, at the same time, they've been
We have not been good.
1-4 out of those last 5 seasons, basically, too.
Yeah.
One good one.
Yeah.
I guess least amount of calls, I feel like kind of just favors both teams, really. I mean, the two physical defenses, physical offenses as well. Like, I'm here for it. It doesn't make sense. Or I guess I can't add up the fact they call the least amount of calls when they had that weird ass hands to the face situation. Like, was it 4 years ago?
To me, I've just always seen the Lions be on the wrong side of the whistle. So if there's less
That's big
whistles,
facts.
that's a
Yeah.
good thing for us.
Yeah. And to answer his point, it's one of the underrated keys in the game. You definitely don't want to give up free yards, especially defensively. That's more so what I'm worried about. The offense is pretty disciplined, but defensively, you do not want to give up extra yards to this 49ers offense. So
Yeah.
I'm in full agreement with you, and this definitely needs to be a key to the game.
And the 49ers, I mean, we know they've got a great defense. We have a defense that has really started to come on in this last month, with Iffy in there and some other guys. So I think it's that much more important for us to set the tone and really bring the wood.
Yeah.
To the point where, we might be borderline getting some calls, and hopefully those are the calls that we don't get while we set that tone physically early on in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know, listen, our outside corner, our safeties, the guys in the middle, I'm a big fan of.
Oh, yeah.
Our outside cornerbacks, a little bit shaky there. But I know it's in the Rams game, they're a bit handsy. So
Yeah.
maybe that does benefit us if they're not going to make a lot of calls. On the other hand, though, watching that Green Bay-San Fran game last week, San Fran got a shit ton of penalties on themselves for that, and the very first Green Bay drive that is.
I can't believe they got out of that game. Honestly,
Yeah.
Green Bay
They
had
weren't
every
supposed to.
opportunity to win that game, but San Francisco, this is their 4th trip to the NFC in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's some experience that it's going to be tough to overcome. They've been there. They're going to be at home, but man, destiny seems to be on our side. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I do know Destiny, and she got nice sides.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
Destiny to stage number 3.
Another question I wanted to ask you, because we had this conversation yesterday. Did you see all the AP awards come out?
I was watching a little bit, but tell me Dan got one.
Well, so they named the finalist, and then Brad took one home, but it was from the Football Writer Association.
Okay, that's what I
for
saw.
executive. Yeah, so Brad took one home. Dan was one of the 5 finalists for Head Coach of the Year. I think it was alongside Kevin Stefanski, D'Amico Ryans. Who else was in there?
I think Shane Steichen.
Shane Steichen. He's
Yeah.
got to be in there. Yeah, Stefanski, D'Amico Ryan, Steichen, Campbell, and I'm missing somebody. Oh, John Harbaugh.
Well, I'm really glad that they're not deciding it like they did some other things at the week 18, week 17. Let's see where these coaches take their teams.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a regular season.
Well, I think they end voting still.
Yeah.
They end it like at the...
Yeah,
no,
they do.
that's what I like, is the
Yeah.
fact that, because some of these other accolades early on in the season, who knows what this team is going to be? Because if a coach can take you to the playoffs is one thing.
Yeah.
But losing in the first round, which a bunch of these candidates have done, now you've got a guy who's taken a team that's never been there. I mean, I don't know how anybody could vote for anybody aside from Dan Campbell for that award.
Seriously.
For real.
The
That's
only-
what it is, yeah.
The only one closest is D'Amico Ryans to me.
Yeah.
That's the only one within any kind of range of him.
Yeah, if you drag it in the postseason, regular season, well, that's what's voted on, right? Because remember, Dabble got it last year before they end up obviously. Well, no, actually they won that game. Went and whooped the Vikings.
Well, it's like with the NBA, though. There was a lot of years where they, would give a guy the MVP right before the playoffs started, and then this guy would fall on his face.
Yeah,
and
Dirk in 07, was it, right?
Yeah.
07?
Yep. A lot of that. I mean, even back to David Robinson before he got himself some Tim Duncan, But I don't know. The Lions, I am getting nervous at this point. I was asked earlier
shit.
by
Don't say that.
McCarty.
Come on.
I was asked by McCarty today, and like, I last week was so scary because we couldn't lose that situation. We can't lose a game at home after we've won one. Let's keep this thing going. Now there's all this talk about house money and other things we'll get into in a little bit later, but I don't want this to be it, man. I don't want this to be it.
What's scaring you? Are you afraid of Brock Purdy? Are you afraid of Christian
I'm afraid of not
McCaffrey?
seeing you guys here in 2 weeks. This has just been such a beautiful season. I want it to continue on. I am not afraid of San Francisco, though, especially the way that this Detroit Lions team is playing right now on both sides of the ball.
You should be confident.
Yeah, I am, but I'm such a fan that I'm just worried about that small what if factor right now,
You
man.
gotta let it go, man. That SOL is hard to shake. You gotta let it go, man.
This moment that we make it to the Super Bowl, I will be the first person to slap my hand in this table and tell you it's over.
Oh man.
You already know, gentlemen.
Oh man. Chris, what do we have? What break do we have to go to?
All right. First, we have Big Boy, and then we have a contest for you to tell us about. You got both of those. So.
All right. Well, first, let me tell you about Big Boy, all right? The wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the Veal Parmigiana or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or the Santa Fe Garden. Also, new apple hot pie pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
And tell us about an Aiden Hutchinson jersey giveaway.
Also,
Awesome.
meant to actually play a video. Actually, Chris, you have the video of the guy jumping in the snow?
I do.
Play this real quick.
Play it right
I just
now?
want you to play this real quick, yes. You can leave the mics on too real quick if you want for this one. This is a video of Adam Babcock, who cracked Woodward Sports for $5,000, all right? There's been a lot of controversy tied into it. But my man Adam Babcock, you don't mind turning the volume down on that one, Chris.
Yeah.
My man Adam Babcock got his money today. It was officially announced on the Woodward Sports Twitter page or X page, whatever you want to call it. So you can stay the hell out of my DMs and the hell out of my mentions about it. Because Adam Babcock got his money. We're doing another giveaway. This one's brought to you by Siroki's, all right? They're giving away a $500 catered big game event. If you guys know what big game I'm talking about, it's being played in Vegas. It's going to be 2 weeks, and Detroit Lions will be repping there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Probably in the monochromatic blues. I got a feeling. Make sure you guys are there, man. Sign up for the giveaway. I believe all the instructions are right there. Too small for me to read, but it has to do with something
You have to
obviously
follow
following
Woodward
us.
Sports and
Thank you.
follow their and follow them as well, and share the giveaway post and subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube.
Well, look, we're about to go to break right now, too. So screenshot that so you get those ads to follow on X and Instagram. Get that $500 catered big game event.
That's a
This
lot
is
of
Woodward
chicken.
Heavyweights. We'll be right back. That's a lot of chicken, my baby.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Swiss Insurance is the best insurance for your home and auto. Make sure you guys sign up today. That's with my guy, Mark. Contact him via email, mark@swissins.com, or give him a call today at 248-800-4177. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy. That's Anson Wells, Young Chris, KG. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. If you're listening on an audio podcast, sorry, there's a shiny, pretty thing in the building. Got me all messed up here. 5-star review. All right. I was watching a podcast, Mina Kimes. I think she's great, by the way. She is like, for real. Like, think about it this way. Like, you watch the NFL Live show, it's usually all ex-players. The one analyst is not an ex-player is Mina Kimes. Like, she's
real good.
Like, people can stop with, like, for a female analyst. No, she's just a dog.
Are we accepting her back after, the Rams debacle?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
I never, to be honest with you, like, I know I'm a Lions fan, but I feel like I'll pick games how I think they will go. For the most part, in my head at least. So, like, when she did that, I was all right with it.
Hey, keep picking against us, please.
Yeah, the one that hurt for real was Dan. Dan was the one that hurt.
It was everybody, but I mean.
Yeah. I mean, Mina hurt too, I guess. I don't know.
Swag grew, all the ones that usually go for it.
Yeah. I was watching Good Morning Football today. It was checkered, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I like to see that.
Love seeing that.
I like to see that. I didn't even see it. What happened today with NFL Live? What was the picks? Did you guys see them?
I saw Ryan Clark picked us. I ain't seen anybody else.
I like that.
I didn't see the picks. I saw the line.
Yeah.
Line's going up.
7.5.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
I took that this morning like that.
Oh,
No
dang.
respect.
That is wild.
I mean, if there's one thing
that is crazy.
If there's one thing we know about this Lions team is they're going to keep it close.
I wish I could speak to somebody from Vegas who just made it that. Like, why?
I mean, they're trying to get people to bet.
I think it's a setup.
Yeah.
I think they know something.
I mean, but I feel like they're gonna get cracked though. Or do they know something like bet?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people gonna go
still-
for that Niners bet and smack. Lions gonna take it.
Because you're a conspiracy guy.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, everybody's still betting the Lions, too. I mean,
All day. Well, I'm taking the points.
yeah.
I took it at 7.5. Like, why would I take
the Lions always cover the spread when you think about it. They're really
Yes.
good. They're damn near the best team at covering the spread.
Dan Campbell, you did it the other night. It was like 36 and 12 or something like that against the spread.
This is a
It's
company
a
that
setup.
realigned into an entertainment business. The same time that they partnered with DraftKings, FanDuel,
Yep.
and MGM. These are billionaires that get to control their money, guys. I mean, what do you think they're going to do?
Yeah.
You know? But that favors the Lions.
Yeah.
The Lions are the most watched team in the NFL right now. The ratings for last week against the Bucs were the best of any team in the playoffs. So we can talk about logos being red and purple. I did call
saw
the
that.
49ers and the Ravens. You go back to week
bro,
8.
that's
I'm
chalk.
on
What do you mean?
camera
They're the number
saying
one
those two
seed.
teams.
And they
but
changed
I'm going
it,
to tell
too.
you right now, the smart money says Travis Swift, Kelsey Pfizer versus America's team, the Lions, baby. That's where the money's at. That's where the viewership's going to be. So I don't know what Vegas is on right now, but I would love to meet the guy who sent that out too.
Who are you taking in that situation?
Who am I taking?
Yeah, because who's conspiracy Nancy taking in the Travis Swift Pfizer Bowl?
I mean, listen, they've embraced Lamar like I've never seen them embrace Lamar. I am a Lamar huge fan.
Me too.
Nobody's ever allowed that man to throw the ball since he left Louisville.
Yeah.
They crafted a whole team based on running the ball 35 to 40 times with 3 running backs and a quarterback to the point where everyone was convinced this man can't throw the ball.
Preach.
Now look what he does with a brand new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But I feel like they have already their interest is expired. Everyone knows who the MVP is. Everyone wants to see what's happening with Pat Mahomes and if he can continue his run. There's a million plus little girls that want to tune in on Super Sunday, and they know it.
Oh,
you
for
know,
Swift.
For Swift, and then obviously, I mean, their biggest money is benefactors is Pfizer. They're paying for all this stuff. You watch the very last thing, sponsored by Pfizer. So the money is there for us to be there, and there isn't a better story than the way you started the season to end it. Lions, Chiefs.
The NFL owes us one anyway, so.
I got to find it. My guy Russell Brown did an article with somebody from, I believe it was Caesar Sportsbook, or maybe it was Motown. Or Motor City, I apologize. But they had said, like by the books, like they need the Lions to lose because of the amount of people that like overwhelmingly bet on them.
That's my
what you're
biggest
about to say?
conspiracy.
Okay.
That's the conspiracy I've been when we're talking.
I'm about to
That's the
find it
one.
right now,
That's the one that
actually.
breaks my heart about this team is because it's so much America's team, and we had the stats. Easy, remember before the Chiefs game even started in the offseason, the most money in Vegas was on the Lions to make it to the Super Bowl or to win the Super Bowl, and you know,
and the line's going up somehow.
Yeah, but
it should have came in at 5.5 to get people betting. You know, at that point, it would have made people a little more shy. Be like, okay, well, Vegas likes him a little bit, but now when you're saying 7.5, I mean,
but my thing is though, Vegas ain't gonna lose. Vegas always wins, and that's what breaks my heart. Is like I feel like, man, every penalty that gets called in this game. It's just gonna be like, it's just gonna be a straight side eye from me because I'm honestly when it comes to conspiracies, like I'm just saying Vegas doesn't want to lose their money. They lose the most money if the Lions succeed.
So. I will say there are certain sports books though that like I know DraftKings, they gave me money back after the injury to Joe Burrow and it was a tight end got hurt that night, Mark Andrews. Although I feel like everyone should get the money back due to the Joe Burrow injury because hella sketchy comes off the plane with a cast on that same hand that he injures that night before halftime. That was wild. That was wild. And sportsbooks didn't give money back. That was bullshit to me. But I guess like conspiracy-wise, you're saying they want the Lions to go for more viewership and attention.
Yes.
But you're saying conspiracy-wise,
same as Anson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a setup.
So why 7.5 though? Because
that's what doesn't jive.
Because like, I'm gonna clean up on that.
None of that matches.
Like,
you know,
7.5 is like disrespectful.
And it opened at 7, and it's crazy. It already opened at 7.
Yeah, and I watched it bounce between 6.5 back to 7.5. But I mean, listen, if you want to look at a situation like the Ravens, and you could say, okay, the Lions went and faced a real team on the road, and they got the ass whooped. Okay, I'll say this: Baltimore, a little bit more windy, a little bit more like colder, and obviously that defense is phenomenal. Like, and then they caught us. They did. But that same San Fran team played that same Baltimore team and had similar results. I mean, they got their asses whooped.
Yeah.
And 2 of those points they got from an official falling in the back of the end zone, and Lamar happened to trip over him. So it's like, okay, that team is supposed to be whooping us the same way. Is that the thought process? Maybe I'm thinking like that because that don't make sense. That don't add up. And I know football math don't work that way, but like, what are we doing? 7.5?
It doesn't. I got a question for you. Is anybody betting San Francisco with the points? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got the chat open?
It doesn't make. Well, I mean, who would bet San Francisco against the Lions
unless you're a Niners
minus
fan.
7.5 points?
Yeah.
So it really is. It's mystifying to me, but I'm going to stick to it, man. The Lions are the most marketable team in the NFL right now. They're the hottest. Well, last week there was 27 of the states in the union were watching and tweeting about this team. Now it's up to 33. I mean, this is America's team. Never thought I'd say that in my entire lifetime about the Lions. It's pretty great.
That is
Hopefully
crazy.
one day we'll be the villains because we've won so much. But none of it jives. None of it makes sense. But you know what? This season hasn't really made a lot of sense either. And it's
true.
The Lions just keep silencing doubters, and they keep winning. And I know this. My buddy's betting $3,000 on San Francisco to win $1,000 because he would spend that money. He would pay $1,000 for the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. You know, So.
Do you think America's team? We had the conversation a little bit earlier this week, but do you think America's team mantra? You think that sticks? Or do you think it's just because everyone feels like happy for us because it's been so long? You think that's gonna like?
I mean,
depends on how this
TV and
season-
HBO are a powerful thing.
Huh?
And TV and HBO are a powerful thing, and that set the tone. It set people. It set the Lions and Dan Campbell into people's mindsets. And you chose right then or there whether you liked this man or not.
Yeah.
And I think everybody, I mean, pretty much minus nobody, everybody fell in love with this guy and wanted to see the Lions do well. And then we came out disappointed. You know, what'd we go? 2-6? And then this team turned it around and made everything interesting. And nobody's really left this bandwagon, obviously not in Detroit, but even nationwide. I mean, how many of these people that were showing up to these Lions games were actual Detroiters versus people that have adopted this team in other cities?
That's a great point because actually, I got saw it because I sent to Chris last minute. But there was a poll that came out today. I think it was actually wasn't even a poll. It was through like Twitter interactions and like Google search interactions.
One Pride.
This is the rooting.
Yeah, no,
Rooting
that's
interest.
and that's a week ago. It was
That's
27.
insane.
So what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 13. So yeah, 37 now.
Crazy.
37, and they got San Francisco to all the West Coast. Florida and Oklahoma jumped on our bandwagon. So did Texas. So did Louisiana. So did Wisconsin.
So say this is last.
And so last
think
week,
so.
those guys were following their own teams, but
Yeah.
now you got Virginia and Maryland following
I can't
Lamar.
believe the Ravens is that low.
You got a little bit in the Quad Cities there, following the Kansas City, and then obviously everybody on the West Coast and Alaska. And I'm surprised Alaska. I thought we'd have Anchorage on our team, man. You can have
Michigan
Hawaii, bro.
transplants in Alaska.
If you think, man, okay, you guys could have Hawaii. I figured Alaska would be with us, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. I don't think they stay America's team for long, especially if this is like a long-term play like we think it is.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before. It's like the old adage, you either die a hero or stay alive long enough to become the villain.
Yeah.
And if the Lions continue to just get better and better and they end up in these situations year upon year, eventually they're going to become the villain and America is going to hate them. But right now it's cool. It's a lovable ride. You know, everybody's cheering for us because we haven't seen success in so long. But once we start tasting that consistently, it's going to flip.
That's the hope, right?
Yeah. How many? My bad. But how many times did you root for the Patriots during their Super Bowl run? Like,
Well, I mean, I
did,
became
'cause of
I
Brady.
became a Ravens fan right when they moved, you know, and so it's been easy to root for the Ravens for a long, long time. I gotta say though, I
was
like
Steelers
your
growing up.
points because people hate champions, and that's where the hate comes in. But at the same point, if they capitalize this year and they see that ultimate success, it could cement you as a fan for life.
That's true.
So we could truly become America's team, like over Dallas. I mean, it's crazy
They were never
talk, but
America's
it could
team, for
happen.
real.
Could really happen. With the Super Bowl win, we could lock people's emotions in place.
I mean, we really are America's team when you think about it. The money tells you, the fandom tells you,
Yeah.
like everything. Like, don't let the media narrative of Dallas, of Jerry and Dallas, let you pump that it's Dallas. But in reality, by every metric, when you're looking
not
at who
Dallas,
people
yeah.
are rooting for, plus where the money is going, Detroit is America's team.
Yeah.
Like, it flat out is. There's no denying it. I have Cowboys friends in my life. There's no denying that the Lions are America's team. Every metric you want to measure what America's team would be, the Lions come up on top.
Yeah, we talked about the other day. Is the grit, the hard working, the Dan Campbell thing. I think that's the type of like person or like signature of your team, like where
Look,
people
man, even
stay in
Dallas
love.
is with us. Even Dallas is
Even
with
Dallas.
us.
and
with
it
us,
took
you know?
about 18 months. We went from just take them off of Thanksgiving, we don't want to see them anymore,
Yeah.
to America's team.
I still heard a lot
It's
of that bullshit
mind-blowing.
this year too. Actually, the Thanksgiving.
We
stuff.
ain't hearing that anymore.
No,
Not anymore at all.
no. What read we got, Chris?
All right, we got me talking about Lady Jane's. Let me tell you where to get a haircut. Let me tell you to get fresh like your boy. Let me tell you. Listen, Lady Jane's, come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win the trip of your dreams. All expenses paid. Suite to the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Feel
now live during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. With over 18 locations across the great state, there's one right in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find out one nearest you. And check out Woodward Sports there live every other Monday at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi.
The Niners are not good at stopping the run. In fact, they allowed this season the highest conversion rate on short yardage runs in the NFL. So if I'm Dan Campbell, once I cross midfield, I am like, we just got to get to 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 because we got a pretty good shot. Yep. And I know that on the other side of the ball, which we'll get to, a little dicey. We want to stay on the field. We want to score points. So I actually think it is worth stressing that Campbell's aggression, which he has stuck to all year long, is an advantage in this football game.
Completely agree. So I actually know the sort of superhero origin story of the Campbell 4th down thing, which is he used to be a very conservative coach, very Parcellsian. You know, he was a blocking tight end. Didn't have a lot of big picture analytic views. Worked under Sean Payton in New Orleans, and he said, this is when we met in his office a couple of years ago. He said Sean Payton would go for it on 4th down a lot, obviously, and not only that, he was liable to do anything. He was liable to throw the ball 30 yards down the field on 4th and 1. And he said he looked at the defense and they were petrified. They were scared. And he was like, I want to do that to defenses. Like, you know, it's like being conservative is like, ooh, phew, they're going to punt. And he was like, oh, wait, these guys are crapping their pants because Sean Payton is running a 4th down play. And I thought that was the funny, because it's like, it's a mixture of trusting your gut and analytics, right? Where you're just like, oh, these guys are terrified. And so it's a very Campbell way to come to our side.
Great unifier.
To come to our side.
He's the great unifier. He's the unifier of the nerds and the jocks. I've been saying he is the one.
He's the one.
He's
the prince who's promised.
What up, though? Welcome back to What Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend. That was Mina Kynes. I honestly don't know who the guest was, but that's funny because we spoke about it earlier this week. We kind of did like the head coaching matchup, and I went Kyle Shanahan because he has the accolades. So he deserves to be in that matchup based on his resume. But what I did say is Dan Campbell has the great equalizer. And it is exactly what she said. The fact that he could, you know, if it's 4th and he could be 4th and 5 like it was against the Chargers. And he's going to trot that offense out there. And you're going to start second guessing things. And you're losing focus on what you need to be focused on. On top of the fact he's also a fucking 6'5", no neck having behemoth of a dip chewing son of a gun. But yeah.
Well, you know, I think everybody kind of gets lost in the analytics of what the conversion rate is and whether it makes sense with the odds at that point to go for based on where you are on the field.
Yeah.
And they overlook the psychological factor of that. I hate it when we hold a team on 3rd down and 1 and they're supposed to punt and they don't.
Yes.
I hate that.
I agree.
I really hate that.
I get pissed off.
And when you think about that, you think about doing that to a defense over and over again, 3, 4, 5 times a game, and making them wonder what you're going to do every single time you come out and punt the ball. It does wear on you. It's got to wear on the defensive coordinator's sleep the night before. It's got to, like you said, take away from what you're supposed to be focused on, because you're worried about what we might be doing instead of worrying about what you're supposed to be doing to stop it.
Yes.
And so, he's really influenced the league. The couple of years that he's been doing this now, the rest of the NFL is doing it now. And it's one thing to kind of put yourself in a position where you don't have that field goal like we did in the Dallas game, but it's what's worked for us this year. It's what's put defenses on their heels, and ultimately he has taken the confidence away from the defense on fourth down after a third down stop, and he's taken that confidence and he's given it right to his team. I'm going to let you guys make the play. You guys get down here. I'm going to let you put it in on fourth down, and I'm going to leave it into your hands. And we've never seen that kind of trust in Detroit. And it's bred this team that's just a bunch of savage animals, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what down it is.
I think it's bred the confidence in these guys too, because like you said, this is such a young bunch.
Yes.
And like for Dan Campbell to like inspire the confidence in them for whether it's like go for it on fourth down, that's both confidence and defense. Okay, like I think you guys can stop them in this situation. At least I'm relying on you guys to stop them in this situation. The ball's in your court to handle that. Or same thing for the offense too. Hey, I got confidence you guys to get that thing done. And when you're dealing with a team that's as young as it is, that aspires to like have greater things in a league that they're kind of new in, they're figuring things out in. You aspire that type of confidence in them. Okay, I am good enough to do this. I am good enough to be here and execute that. And then to Burns' comment in the Woodward Sports Chat, shout to him. He says it forces more conservative coaches to also like, I guess, lose their comfort zone and play more aggressive to match that. And I like that aspect of it too.
Yes.
Like Dan Campbell is a mastermind manipulator. The same way like you ever hear him in the post conference or press conference, I should say. He's mentioned like before, like this is I think before our first home game. He's like, yeah, like I expect him to break the record, or like he's already put in your head like you got to break this fucking record. He's not saying I hope they do or anything like that. He's no, I expect him to. He put that expectation in your lap, so it's up to you to fulfill it at that point. It's like, oh fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like the accountability is on you at that point.
Yeah,
he's just done that. I think in the offseason, I didn't know how I felt about it at firsthand, but he had mentioned J-Mo may not ever have be one of those receivers with great hands, and I was like, yo, like this kid has barely seen the field. Yeah, he's trying to build his confidence up. Like, why are we doing this to him? No, accountability's in your lap. Prove him wrong.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I like
master
that about
manipulator.
Dan Campbell. Yes, master manipulator. And I think people see the no neck dip and all that good stuff. They lose sight of that. Yeah. And I think he likes playing into that. It's the same thing with Pat McAfee talked about watching the wave when they're doing that the pass to Penei Sewell. He's like, I didn't know they were going to do it. He plays stupid.
Well, one of your points that you brought up is that you're doing this, you're adding this confidence into a team of young guys.
Yes.
And something we talked about at the post-game show, the Lions return 31 players next year, okay? 25 of those guys we drafted. 5 of those guys we signed, and one of them is Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about jettisoning guys that have seen failure, that have had their confidence rocked, and you've replaced them with a group of guys that now they're blank slates.
Yeah.
They came in from mostly winning programs because you usually win in college if you're good, you know. And now they're here and they're not learning bad things. They're not getting bad habits. They, from the day they get here, ground up, are being built up the right way, and they're being told, hey, we trust you. We're going to put the ball and the game in your hands. We're not going to worry about the refs. We're not going to worry about who's at home or who's away. We are just going to come and bite your kneecaps off. And so now these young guys have adopted this. I mean, look how young our team is. These guys have this kind of confidence, and now at least 3 games of playoff experience. The league is on notice, man. They should be terrified.
Hey, and speaking of like inspiring confidence, somebody wants the name to be said. I'm going to say it. Jared Goff. A guy who came here with broken confidence. Who else to help nurse you back to like being like him, being that guy, than Dan fucking Campbell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Dan Campbell, like a guy, you have Sean McVay who never let you call your own protections, who never really let you call your own play, had no input in the offense, versus like what's going on here, input on the offense. Dan Campbell is putting you out there on fourth down and putting the ball in your hands to make that damn decision because he knows you can do it. I remember back in 2021, It was like a call out, but again, it's a coaching call out, a little bit different, right? It's like he just wants you to grow better, and he said that. He said Jared Goff's gonna have to step up. Jared Goff's gonna have to do better. Yep. And as we fucking seen, results a turn. We got a 12-4 team, should be 13-3.
That's right.
In the NFC Conference Championship game, KG.
Yeah. And to your point, that a lot of people thought that this would die down. To me, it's one of his biggest strengths, and it's become his signature at this point. During that 2021 season, it started off with some of the fake punts in our own territory.
And we had to do those things.
And but a lot of people said that. A lot of people said, hey, once we get more talent and things of that nature, he'll stop. Second year, he cost us some games with some of his aggressiveness, and a lot of people was like, okay, well, what's going on here? He's making mistakes. He's going to have to eventually stop this. He hasn't. You get to this year, and it looks like he's almost crafted this down to a science, man. And it's to the point where even if we go for it and miss it, it doesn't seem to hurt our team very much. But look at his success rate. Look at his conversion rate. It's very, very high. I think maybe the highest out of any other coach. And I know he takes more chances than other coaches, but I think that just speaks to him improving as a coach, knowing the feel for the moment, and like you said, giving his offense confidence, and to me it speaks a lot to keeping your best unit on the field. I know a lot of people say that he does this because he doesn't trust his defense, but I also think that
you trust your defense to do that, though.
Right. Your offense is so good, you got to keep your best unit out on the field. And if you have a chance to close out a game with your best unit on the field, you do that. And in this case, it just happens to be Jared Goff connecting on short connections with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta, things of that nature. So,
and
to your point, second best conversion rate too at fourth down. Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Well, and you think about guys getting the opportunity to do this for the first time. It's got to put them on their heels as offensive players a little bit as well.
Yeah.
This is a new scenario for us a few years ago. And then it was like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Now this year, they're committed to it.
Yes.
And they start out every single possession knowing Dan's going to have our back. And so the first year it was a disaster. Second year, kind of, it cost us. This year, it's what's gotten us here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you as a player going in on third down knowing that you have 4 downs, just changes the way you play.
It does.
It does. And to point to one more thing that KG said, because it was actually money, is like, you want to win the game, you want your best unit out there on the field, and that is the offense for the Detroit Lions. I hope to see that a little bit this Sunday. Well, I just hope we just blow them out. You need that situation.
You're not going to talk about the offense and not talk about your boy Jared Goff, right?
Well, we got to go to break.
Okay, we're going to do that after break?
After break. We'll figure something out.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Saved by the break. Easy, tell us about your meat.
Be right back, company. You relax over there, Chris.
Sorry, man. Just follow the script. Just stick it to the show.
For over 60 years, they've been providing the finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the best prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Visit them online at fairwaypacking.com. Get that meat delivered to your doorstep, or stop for grab-and-go meat. Hey, Girls Point.
Nice.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
RIP to the same old Lions. Once again for Anson, RIP to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Sheila, Brad, and Dan for putting them to rest. And guess what else is found in the grave?
What else?
Same old rock, paper, scissors. Jack Labrador has revolutionized the game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jacklabrador.gg now and find out why. Once you go Jack, you never go back. That's Jack, not Dlack.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm Eazy. This is Anson Wells, Young Chris, KG. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. And if you don't, you're just not a Lions fan, honestly. I mean,
pretty much.
If you're a fan, you would hit that like button. I'm just saying.
Smash it.
If you like the Lions, we like the like buttons. Smash it like I would do every single one of these Lady Jays. Anyway, you want to have a conversation about Jared Goff? I actually do have a segment in here about Jared Goff. I wanted the video to go with it.
Okay.
I might make you wait on that one.
I'll wait.
Is that cool?
I'm here with you, baby.
All right.
Let's do it.
Because I was listening to, actually from that same podcast inspired this next segment, it was RG3, Brandon Marshall was on there, and they were talking about the matchup. And to my surprise, I remember Brandon Marshall was a Chicago Bear. He talked a lot of shit about my Detroit Lions. He even tried to drop in a little brother line when we were whooping their ass from that point on too, by the way. Yeah, you remember that?
I mean, they did something in 1985.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either way, he took the Lions. He took the Lions as a matchup.
Smart.
Part of the reason why, and it resonated with me, and it made tons of sense, and it brought more confidence in me, wasn't anything analytical. He just said they're playing with house money.
Yep.
It's not like they're a Cinderella story that don't belong there, but they're a good-ass team that got there that is also playing with house money. And I was thinking, Dan Gamble, on top of being a badass team, the math makes sense to me.
Well, I've heard that statement said by Stick and many other people. I've said it myself, and it's bullshit, to be quite honest. It is the answer of SOL fandom.
Mm-hmm.
If we are going to demand what we are demanding from this Lions franchise, and we have to demand it from ourselves as fans, we cannot be complacent and satisfied with what we have right now and say, oh, this was the stepping stone that we needed to take, and we got to this point. And yes, I will agree with that. I'm not as nervous as I was if we would have lost to Baker Mayfield last week, because we're supposed to lose to this team, and we weren't supposed to be in this game. But I'm sorry, this moment is so big, and if we are truly going to be great, we have to be great to put those three letters behind us. And the only way that we can do that is to absolutely hold this team to a standard of excellence. That's how we put those 3 letters behind us. So no, screw house money. This is our season. This is 2024. This is the hardest we've ever knocked on the door. We got throttled 45-10 and embarrassed at RFK.
Talk to him.
All right? This is the year. Now, I have told you guys, and people have been all over me, because I say that it's not over until we make the Super Bowl. So yeah, make the damn Super Bowl. Don't, as Lions fans, be okay with just making the NFC Championship game, because that's what got us here in the first place. 32 years ago, we were all, well, we'll be back the year after that, and this is our window. F that, dude. This is now. I've shifted, I didn't think we'd be here. This is where I wanted to get, but now that we're here, we have to win this cup. Gotta win the bowl. Gotta win it, baby.
Damn, all right.
KG? That's real shit, man. And I've been screaming it all week, the week before that, it's done for that. The minute they won that wild card game, expectations shifted. And we just have to meet this team where they're at. I'm sick of, our defense isn't good enough. They keep winning. They keep holding teams to under 25 points. What's not good about our defense? I understand the yardage. I understand how it looks. But nothing is going to be, not every team is perfect. It just is what it is. But we got to start treating this team like they're for real, like they're serious. Like I said, when the New York Post posted that screenshot of Aiden and they said lovable Lions, I don't like the added adjectives. I don't. Yeah. It's done for the lovable
Savage
shit.
Lions.
This is not a feel-good story anymore. This team is for real. And if you haven't been watching, they started 3-13-1. The next year, they took a 6-win leap to 9-8. And then we're at 12-5 this year. Should have been 13. So I mean, and they've shattered everything we've wanted them to do. They've won the division. They got the home playoff game. They took advantage of that. Got the second one. They won the game. We are in the NFC Championship, ladies and gentlemen. They are a top 2 team in the NFC. Period.
That's right.
Period. And we just have to start realizing that. I understand the PTSD from SOL and things of that nature, but as fans, we have to meet this team where they are at.
And demand more.
Exactly.
Absolutely. We have to.
Yeah.
Damn, I like the same. You guys kind of got me swaying the other way.
Yeah.
Because I'm with that. I look at like the Philadelphia. I look at Philadelphia as like a sports town. None of you mentioned Detroit is the best like sports town, and I get that Philadelphia is they're antsy, and a lot of their athletes like hate the fact they boo like certain situations, but they boo because they demand exactly what you're asking for. Excellence. And I feel like they've turned that with the baseball team, with the football team. 76 are still kind of working on things, but they're in the race.
They're there.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I got so mad at the deadline. Is because like I get this is a good team. I expect this team to have the 12-5 record. I expect them to for damn sure win the division and for damn sure win a playoff game. After that, I didn't know what type of matchup was going to fall into our hands afterwards. I didn't know where we were going to be afterwards if we didn't land that number 1 to number 2 seed. Now, we were lucky enough the Cowboys did the classic Cowboys choke job, and we landed another home game. And now we're playing in sunny California. But I didn't know if that was going to be the route. Now that it is, I'm demanding damn excellence. And I demanded it at the trade deadline at the time because I wanted to come in prepared.
Yeah. If
we weren't able to execute the offense, which is the strength of this team, like to the T that provided what they would normally do, they gave me another dog on the defense side of the ball to stop them from doing what they got to do.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted because I wanted to cash in that Super Bowl this year.
And we all did. And I don't think anybody saw us being in a situation where we'd be playing a Chase Young that we could have signed.
Yeah.
But boy, it sure would be sweet to beat him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Save that money.
It'd be awesome.
For sure.
It'll make Brad Holmes look like a genius. Just flat out.
Indeed.
And to be honest, I'm not speaking anything, and I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to speak anything in existence, but he's already a genius.
Absolutely.
We don't. And I'm not saying this towards you, but I'm saying like he don't need this. He don't need this to validate anything. This man is fucking another one, year after year after year. I mean, it's to the point where they have like an inner locker room like competition, like which draft class is the best. And then he's like every year after these classes, the season's played out, we're like, is this the best draft class? Is this the best draft class? Here we are with a fucking old pro rookie tight end. Is this the best draft class? Jameer get like,
man.
It's insane, bro. It's insane. Chris, you want to say something?
I mean, that's where I'm at with it. Is like everything he does seems to age well. Like, and I think that's hard for a lot of people to, that in such a sport, like, fans is short for fanatic. So like you're invested in the moments that you're in, like we were at the trade deadline. But when you step back and you look at the long-term picture, just like the draft class, just like the trade deadline, it all seems to age well. And so, I still would have liked more talent on this roster because I do believe in the championship window this year. But he's proven that it's there with or without the moves that he's made. And so now it's just like when he makes a move, let's see how it plays out in 6 months.
And you said the words, it aged well. Like Melifonwu, I've been hearing people criticizing a third-round pick from 2021 for years now. Yeah. We would not be where we are right now without Iffy on the field.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
And we've seen, like you said, it aged well, man. There's been some guys that were like, oh, what was that pick, I mean, let's see what Zach Pascal and some other of those guys do. They may not be panning out as a second-round pick, but they're contributing now. Yeah. And this team is just still so young, and more than half of this team was drafted by this regime.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And I think that's a nod to the coaching staff as well, man. I don't think people realize the gravity of they're doing this off the backs of rookies.
Yep.
Do you know how hard it is for young players to win and get to this level of success in the NFL? You don't see it. You just really don't see it with rookie-led teams and young-led teams such as this. So, and that's, like I said, that's a shout-out to Brad, but that's also a shout-out to the coaching staff of getting these players right, making sure they're in the right positions and playing to the best of their abilities.
And developing them.
Player development is,
absolutely.
Man.
Getting them to be able to play and win and execute, but developing them too.
Yes.
Yeah, and across the board, because you talk about a guy like Derek Barnes, who you talk about Iffy. Actually, I go Iffy, where we kind of questioning like that pick from it there. Well, Derek Barnes was in that same conversation,
absolutely,
and to the point where they drafted a Jack Campbell, and lit the fire underneath his ass. And immediately after, he texted Calvin Shepard like, "What do I got to do? What's going on?"
Yeah.
It's a whole new Derek Barnes this year, the entire year through. Like, shout out to him, but the development of him to like step in and play that role. The same thing for Afonso Melifonwu, we drafted him as a cornerback. He has now moved to the safety position, where he is the extra rusher, and he's as you said, a fucking stud. That's why when it comes to like the CJ DJ stuff, I was like, listen, and I never disrespect CJ DJ when it comes to like on-field production. He's been that. He's been that from New Orleans to Philadelphia to now. You get to see it now that he's back and healthy and playing too. But I was not willing to take away what Afonso Melifonwu brought this team, especially in the sense where they needed a pass rush and they weren't able to provide that consistently enough.
I feel that.
And it's coming from the secondary now.
It's coming from the secondary. Yep. And it's also just coming from like a style of play that we just haven't seen all season. Like people like to rag on AG. And my biggest argument or defense of him was like, this is the personnel he wanted to go to war with. This just hasn't been all season. And then once he got to Afonso Melifonwu healthy, what do you start seeing? These secondary blitzes that we hadn't seen all season long. We ain't seen a few like sprinkled here and there. Now we're seeing it, I feel like 9 to 12 times a game.
I know. They're up on the line.
And they're executing it too.
Up on the line.
And if it's not like being executed, they're at least faking it enough
Making
to where they're jumbling up
worry.
the linemen. We're like, oh shit, we got to watch this guy now. We got to watch this guy now. I think it was on a Pat McAfee show. Who is it? AQ Shipley, I think it is in the show.
Shipley, yep.
He was breaking it down within like the first like 3 yards of scrimmage. If you crowd it up with against the offensive linemen, because they got to count their 5. Who they're blocking.
Sure.
But there's extra blockers. You got to make sure the quarterback's aware of it. You got to make sure whoever's in that vicinity is aware of it. He's been so successful at the blitz. That's jumbling up. And now you saw a free range sack for Aiden Hutchinson because of that last week on Baker Mayfield. Yep. Aiden Hutchinson was forgotten. That's how much they're executing and like delivering these sacks and blitzes. Come on.
And that's an intangible that this defense never had all season long. You knew where the rush was coming from, especially without Houston on the field.
Yeah.
So to be able to add that kind of mystery to what we're doing in our rushes, it just, again, it's adding to that manipulation mentally that we're putting on these teams of wondering whether we're going to go for it on 4th down, wondering where the pressure's coming from on the other side of the ball as well. This team has become undiagnosable, not transparent, you know. And it used to just be the offense. They kind of knew what we were trying to do, but now you don't know who's going to run the ball. You don't know if they're going to pass it to them out of the backfield. We've got 3-4 wide receivers that we're happy to go to, and we've got a tight end that has 2 other guys right behind him that can catch as well. I mean, now the defense matching that kind of mystery in what their play calling and what their execution is looking like, this team it's all happening at the right time, guys.
And the thing, too, is for the defense to look different, it's also been like the last 5 weeks of the season. So not a lot of it's on tape either. Not a lot of it's on tape.
That.
But we do got to go to break, Chris. What are we talking about?
We talking once again where to get the fresh haircut, and that is Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's. Head over to Lady Jane's for Men, an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win the trip of your dream. All expenses paid. Suite to the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right. No expense spared for you and 5 of your friends. You can make it 4 if you want to take me. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. And join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Oh, Weezy. That's what that reminded me of. I apologize. My ADD can't help it. Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy. That's Anson Wells, Young Chris, KG. What?
You just, I heard you start to go spin motor X, and you like immediately caught yourself.
I'm telling you, it's only when I'm like trying to like
multitask.
Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, I sent that by the way too. It's a tweet. I'm telling you guys, if you're on X and you're not following, well, first and foremost, Elon Musk, my guy KG,
stop it.
Myself, Ask McGee Sports. You're on Twitter, but you're not active on Twitter. Or are you active on Twitter?
I am at Detroit Heckler.
At Detroit Heckler?
Yeah, they shut my Anson Wells down, so you can come find me at Detroit Heckler.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't got to tell me.
I really don't know, man.
I know you're getting those deep
I'm
conspiracy
pretty
stuff.
PC, bro. Yeah. I know my things, but they pulled it from me.
We got at Chris Platte, the real Chris Platte.
Not the fake one.
Not the fake one. But one account you need to follow if you are a Detroit Lions fan. It's fairly new, at least it's caught my eye as of recently. It's Detroit Illustrated. He drops absolute fire. This is one from yesterday, actually. And it says a matchup the Lions are going to exploit. It's Aiden Hutchinson versus Colton McKevich, I should say. I apologize. Which I've heard this all week, by the way, too. But I didn't see the actual numbers behind it. I just saw criticism of McKevich. But either way, it says among all right tackles in football, McKevich has given up the 6th most pressures with 47, the 2nd most sacks with 9, and he's 1st in the lowest pass blocking efficiency.
Sheesh. Wow.
And then he ends the tweet with a feast coming for Hutch.
No doubt.
How you gas you up there?
This guy Hutchinson has just entered a whole other zone since the Dallas game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was already playing really well, but you guys saw what he was talking about on the St. Brown broadcast about going back to last year when Michigan lost, or excuse me, 2 years ago when Michigan lost to Michigan State, what that did for him and the rest of his teammates. And I've been seeing him just go out of his way to get personally pissed off at these people. Like there was last week, Baker Mayfield did something and it pissed him off and he was after him after that. I am putting nothing past this guy right now, especially now, as we just touched on in the last segment, now that the offensive coordinators having to worry about our defense coming from our secondary, bringing blitzes that they're not able to easily diagnose. It's just opening things up for this kid. And now you put this kind of a PFF monstrosity in front of him and ask him to block the best young D-end in the game. He's going to eat. He's going to eat.
That's what I'm saying, man. KG, you're a Michigan fan, so I'm going to allow you to go first on this one.
You know it. My man Hutch, simple analysis. It's the sleeve, bro. Nah, I'm talking shit. But
he's into superstition like that. That's why he cut his hair and everything, too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but everything that people were saying about him earlier in the year when he kind of stalled out at around 6 sacks, he heard all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And he took that upon himself, and he wanted to improve his game. You can see it on his face. And he's come in, and he's done nothing but just work and work and work. I know a lot has been made about the pressures. I've also, at times, said you got to get home eventually. But like you said, since that Dallas game, he's just hit a switch, man. And what better time to have your young rush in peak than in the playoffs, man. And he is starting to really show out, man. Like, I don't even know. Has it been like what 7 sacks in 3 games or 9 sacks in 3 games?
I think it's 7.
Yeah, something crazy. But that's a crazy number, man. And for a team that absolutely needs a pass rush, he's finally broken through, and man, I just commend him. And it's also a little bit of AG scheming him a little better too. I think moving Hutch around more has helped him. Playing him on the inside against some of these guards, that has helped him. And also Hutch just getting better at beating one-on-ones. That was an argument that I made a lot about Hutch, that he's just simply not good at winning one-on-ones. But he has been absolutely like lights out these past 3 to 4 games, man, and I love it.
He has, and I think some of it too. Obviously, some of it's him. I'm gonna give him his fair share of credit too. Yeah, it's been phenomenal. But I do think that those blitzes are helping as well. Like the situation I noticed in the Tampa Bay game. I don't know if I think it was iffy on the play, but a lot of the blitzes were coming off of the hip of Hutch. So that's already something where, like, I broke it down after that Green Bay Thanksgiving game where people kind of bitching about Hutch or like bitching not getting pressure. But like Green Bay, remember the first time we played them, they got sacked 5 times. Jordan Love was getting his ass whooped. And I think Jerry, who got benched and obviously is hurt now too, get well soon. But he had 2 picks. Like, the defense was balling that game. Well, coaching-wise, they switched shit up. There were 2-step dropbacks, and the ball was gone on Thanksgiving. Now, Hutch wasn't able to eat like that. But on top of that, too, they had one play. They literally pulled the center to, like, double-team Hutch in that situation. But, again, with that much focus on Aiden Hutchinson, when you're bringing those blitzes off the hip of Aiden Hutchinson, you're gonna fucking eat.
Yeah.
Because now all your focus is on that one guy, and now you got that extra guy to like roam free. And on top of Hutchinson being on fire right now too.
And if he's got a matchup that is that plus for him, they're gonna have to scheme at least a half to one other player all game long in order for them to find help on Hutchinson. Hutchinson's such an anomaly because he has this swagger and this look where you just expect him to be above criticism. But this guy's just, I mean, I don't want to say he's the hardest working Lion because there's so many guys that are busting their ass. But he's right in that group of these guys that just, you're not going to outwork him.
Yeah.
And when I don't know if you could know this, but he's a nationally recognized hip hop dancer. So he's been
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like nationally recognized?
Yes.
Wow.
So he's been in
tell.
this circle.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, you think about a guy like that.
Legs I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you look at the guy like that with his background, and you put him into these, into the Wolverines locker room and now the Lions locker room, and this guy just assimilates immediately and leads. Not only by charisma and presence, because they're both huge on that kid, but by his play, by his effort, by that never-ending motor, which is inspiring other guys during practice and on the field during games.
Yeah. I was listening to the Amon St. Brown Brothers podcast as well. And it's a great podcast. When they did have Hutch on, he peeped in the beginning. He's like, I only got 30 minutes. I got cryotherapy. I got to get the rookie. He's really like regimented and just really about his game. I had the honor of meeting him last year before he even got drafted by the Detroit Lions. And it's the same thing. He's just like, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. And I think this is what Dan Campbell wants in his guys either way. But it's almost like his personality is football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It ain't much outside. His personality is football. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's very regimented, busts his ass. And like you said, it's infectious. And it's beautiful, too, that he's almost become like more of a vocal leader, too. I don't know if you witnessed that. There's a sound after the Rams game where he's looked around and he grabbed all the defensive linemen. I'm going to say, keep it short and sweet. It's for the city.
That's
and
right.
And I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps like just reliving that moment right now, just watching.
Me
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really do got goosebumps right now. But like, and then in the podcast though, where I was getting with that one is not only obviously he's like, yo, like fuck this bullshit. I got shit to do. Yeah, I appreciate having me on, but I got stuff to do. But in the middle of that too, he also had the experience at Michigan where they lost to Michigan State, but they used it to fuel them, and that's what he's speaking on in the Cowboys game. But to have somebody like to have that like uplifting, I guess, attitude after some bullshit like that is like fuck that. We're gonna take this and we take our chance. We just use it to motivate us to knock out the next person. Yeah. And like it's just, I think beyond the numbers we saw, Hutch is going to eat in this moment because he's almost been bred for it.
Well, and I don't mean to derail us from Hutchinson, but look at how many more guys like that we have on this team. Panay.
Yeah.
His pregame speech last week.
Oh, yeah.
You look at Amon St. Brown. I mean, Cameron Reeves, Mabin. I mean, we have spectacular players at nearly every single position right now that are willing to step up and be vocal leaders as well as watch me leaders. You know?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, no, we're not playing with house money. This is our year. This might be our window, but this is also our year too. It's so special, the things that we've done, the things that we've done that Lions teams have never done before. What these rookies have accomplished. It's got to be this year, man. I will be so happy and proud of this team, regardless of the result at this point.
Yeah.
But it's got to happen, boys.
Yeah.
I still have the expectation too.
Yeah, me too. And just real quick, you mentioned other players going back to the defense, kind of back to AG too. I think Hutch getting help from other players in that defense has helped him significantly. I think that's taken a lot of the pressure off his plate, knowing that some of these blitzes that get called up, they're going to get home on. Iffy, Brian Branch, you've seen it. At times we've seen Josh Pascal. At times we've seen people on that end get home, and it takes a lot of pressure off knowing that, okay, I don't have to be the only guy to do this. We know we don't have that other stud bookend D end for him yet. But the fact that he is getting help from the rest of the players on this defense, it's only made him better.
Yeah. And I guess, like, to the point where you go to AG on that one is that I actually completely forgot the fuck I was about to say. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Hey.
It's okay. We could talk about Jared Goff. We're talking about Aiden Hutchinson. We're talking about all these different players that literally – I've never seen so many captains on a Lions team. I mean, like back in the days, Scott Mitchell was our guy under center, but he wasn't a captain. You know, you had Quiet Barry who's flipping the ball to a ref.
Right.
Even Herman Moore and Calvin Johnson were very quiet guys. Stafford, could you please go politic to a ref this one damn time? You play in the same conference as Aaron Rodgers, who's literally running a political summit every damn game. But not one Lions player ever really stood up and took that mantle. Chris Spielman, Benny Blades, Lomas Brown. Those were some guys. But right now, you look up and down this roster, both sides of the ball and on special teams, you got my man Jack kicking the ball. I mean, we have so many great players that anybody that might be down 1 week just gets picked up by the rest of them. This team is special, man.
I remember what I was going to say. It was back to when AG actually said we may not be the fastest, we may not be like the strongest, all that stuff like that, but like we know what we're good at. And that's to your point of him like getting those blitzes around Hutch to do what they got to do. When we get back, where the likes at, Chris? Where we at right now?
Where we? Let's see what the likes are at. 93 to me.
That's it?
That's what I'm saying.
Guys, come on.
Y'all don't want Spencer back.
Man, smash the likes. Come on, guys. Come on, smash them.
110 by break. We get back. We'll talk Jared Goff.
There we
How's
go.
that?
I need to address something. I got some really great stats, and you and I discussed this way back in the spring.
Okay.
So let's do it. Come on, smash them likes, guys.
What we got to talk about,
Tell
Chris?
us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Let me find it. It's around here somewhere.
Find it, heavyweight.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this just for $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Give your pets the best. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box realtors. With one major difference: family and locally owned, operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local and curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com. That was tough.
That's where I get my dog food.
That was tough.
Shout out.
It's just like having a kid.
Not like having a kid. Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on sports.com. My boy Eazy, join my guys Anson Wells, not Spin More X, Young Chris, KG. Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the street.
Premier Pet.
5-star review on all podcast platforms. Anson, the chat has hit the like goal.
They hit it?
They hit the like goal.
Damn.
They got us to Goff.
So let's do this first.
Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
Run the tape, Chris. We got the one I sent you from. Did you get it?
From Dan Campbell?
No, from the podcast.
Yes. Here we go.
When you look at Jared Goff, I wonder why people aren't giving him his respect. This is the second team that he's brought to an NFC Championship game. He's played in a Super Bowl. And in each instance, it's always about the coach. When it was the Rams, it was Sean McVay. And now it's the Lions, and it's Dan Campbell, and it's Ben Johnson. They never give Jared Goff the credit I believe he deserves.
He definitely deserves more respect, for sure. The quarterback position is the hardest position potentially in all of sports. You guys got to come in and y'all got to be relevant and connect with the guys in the locker room. So I say all that to say this. What's the one thing? What's his superpower?
I knew you was going to say that.
So that was RG3, a former quarterback himself. And then obviously Brandon Marshall.
It was Marshall. Okay, I thought so.
What did you say?
I thought that was Brandon Marshall up at top.
Yes, Brandon Marshall. They're talking about the Jared Goff disrespect. And I'm of the elk of where Brandon Marshall is. Now, obviously, you're on the show. We got Anson. Been waiting to talk about Jared Goff all damn show.
It's awesome, Anson, to you.
Anson. Awesome, Anson.
I'm antsy to get to this topic because you are guilty of what they just talked about. Why could you not give this man love all year?
What do you mean?
You have not wanted to re-sign Jared Goff. You have not believed in Jared Goff. In fact, I came in here last spring, brought you some food, you and Spenmo, and I said, I got a hot take. It was a hot take Thursday with you, all right? And that hot take was that we should have re-signed Jared Goff going into the preseason before this season started because he was our guy and we could have gotten him at a discount. Now, we haven't done that. I think everybody in Detroit understands the importance of bringing this guy back. Now, before you answer my question, I have another question for you. Who are the two greatest quarterbacks while you've been alive?
Well, I've been in line of the Detroit Lions?
No.
Quarterbacks in general?
Period.
Tom Brady and, for me now, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, okay, Peyton Manning, though?
Yeah, Peyton
okay.
Manning's up there, yeah.
So those are the only two players that have won 14 games in a season with two teams.
Yes.
Two different teams. Oh, wait, no, there's a third guy.
Yep.
You know who that is? It's Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Change is the greatest predictor of failure in the NFL, and we have one of the top three offenses running with a guy who, much like those other two, isn't mobile, but understands what the defense is doing, what is expected of him, what the positives and weaknesses of his offense are. And he is, in my opinion, I can't really think of a more clutch quarterback in the NFL right now.
Where's the clutch thing come from?
At what point, if 6 minutes left, down 6, how confident are you in this team?
Very confident.
And why is that?
The team.
Come on.
Led by
Ben Johnson, Jared Goff.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Are you ready to say re-sign him for $50 million?
If they re-sign him, I have no issue with that. It makes absolute sense.
Okay. Oh, can I come over and hug you?
No.
But You've come a long way, my friend.
Well, no, I've
He's getting there.
Because here's the thing. I don't make that decision, right? That's not my call to do. And obviously, it was going to be a move they make, regardless, no matter what. Listen, the way this offense is ran, perfect question, actually, from Brandon Marshall. What is Jared Goff's superpower? What does he do better than any other quarterback in the league? Or just any quarter, like what is his number one asset that he possesses over like anybody else?
Clutch.
I don't. Where's that coming from?
Third
You're
down,
just saying
bro.
clutch.
I'm on Rob first down. Did not get his name because he was just getting the rock flipped to him. That man finds that dude on third down. We wouldn't be going for it on fourth down all the time if we didn't have a guy that was capable of handling that load. Yeah. I mean, this team is set. The whole table is set around this man. You see when this guy talks, everyone stops what they're doing in a Honolulu blue uniform and they listen. So his great, what was Tom Brady's great superpower? Clutch. What was Peyton Manning's great superpower?
I don't know. So Tom Brady has that for sure. Where I don't understand where. By the way, I'm not disrespecting Jared Goff at all.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like where does he get the clutch badge? Like what happens? I get the Minnesota game in 2021. We got our first win. That was a clutch ass drive.
Are you discrediting all the late game first downs that he's gotten this year by putting the ball on Amon or Laporta to get the first down to run out the clock? Are you discounting all of those?
I'm just not aware of them. If I could be refreshed on them, that's what I'm asking.
Man, week in and week out, aside from the few games that we smoked or got smoked.
Here's the memorable ones for me. The Rams.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pitch and catch though. I don't think it'd be a clutch gene to get that one done. And I'm not disrespecting him either. I just you said this thing's clutch. I'm just trying to
I'll
pinpoint.
take you through the whole schedule. We can start with the Chiefs.
Clutch. He was clutch in the Cowboys game. Well, he threw the interception the first drive, but he still
he won that game, dog. Yeah. He won the Cowgirls game.
He was clutch on the drive once you got the second time around. The first time he did throw the interception.
He scored twice on that last possession, by the way.
I'm trying to think. I think there was one.
Kansas City.
Well, that was
the
really,
Bears. Green Bay, Bears, Minnesota, both games. Honestly, you can go.
Green Bay was a blowout.
Green Bay in the first half was a blowout. The second half, the only reason we didn't lose that game was Jared Goff. I'm telling you, this guy's clutch, man.
In the KC game?
The KC game, we don't win that game without Jared Goff.
But you're saying clutch, so I'm asking for these
I'm
clutch
just saying
moments.
at the end of the game, in the last 6 minutes, whether we're up or we're down by 6, I have more confidence as him being our quarterback than anybody else in the league right now.
You're doing exactly that, just saying it. I'm asking, what clutch moment, though? That's why I'm asking.
I thought we just went through a bunch of them.
Well, no, you're just saying with the last 6 minutes.
Help me out, KG.
I'm asking, what's the moment? Give me the moment.
You can't tell this guy nothing, man.
I'm asking for the moment. I gave you a play in the Rams game.
He just ran down at least
No,
4
he
or
didn't.
5
He just said the game. I said, give me the moment,
bro. I gave you
You said
8
games. Give me the moment. Refresh my memory.
I can't give you a specific. I can't give you a specific moment from that game, but I just remember obviously the comeback against the Bears. Like that was for sure.
That was clutch.
For sure one.
That was clutch.
That was the Rams.
That was filthy
to me,
work.
I can't say best. I can't say best when Patrick Mahomes exists in the league.
Well, I'm not trying to say best. I'm saying you guys are giving me games. I'm asking for the moments. I'm saying I can think back to that Rams game. I remember that catch. That happened. So I go back to the Green Bay game last year. They gave the ball to. I'm not asking for flash.
You looking for the flash?
I'm asking for you to tell me these plays.
We've got
that was a clutch play. Like I told you. Can I hold on?
Yeah,
Because like there's clearly there's no like communication here because I'm not getting the answer for what I'm asking for. So so the Vikings game back then he had that clutch touchdown to Amon St. Brown. That is a play I'm telling you about. The throw to Amon St. Brown. Touchdown. That's a play, right? I'm giving you the actual play of example of a clutch moment. The throw to Amon St. Brown for the first down against the LA Rams. That's a play, an example of that moment. You're giving me games. What moment in that game was a clutch moment? That's what I'm asking for.
The Saints game?
Okay, so what moment in that game?
Listen, okay, so I will have to beg you to give me a week to come back and show you specific moments. But what I want to give you is a feel. Okay?
I have an answer, by the way. I have an answer, by the way. You want a superpower for Jerry? I have an answer.
Okay, please tell us.
Because I have one.
I know what you're gonna say.
What is it?
That good old PA play action.
Well, that too. He is phenomenal at play action. What I've known from Jared Goff, what we've learned from Jared Goff, him being our quarterback this past 3 years. Accuracy's up there too. Yeah, accuracy's up there too. His calmness, though.
Yes.
His demeanor.
Composure.
His composure. That California cool.
But see, that goes into the clutch.
Those stressful moments. It does.
That goes into the clutch for me.
Okay.
Because I was actually going to say
so
composure.
You out.
Well, no, I was going to say composure, but see, it's all of that. Because when you see him on camera, giving his interviews, when you see him in the tunnel, when you see him in the huddle, he's composed. Yeah. He hasn't been rattled at all. This team is 24-7. All right, in the last 31 games. And during that time, this is a guy that I have never worried about. Like, when we've been making this run, and it's the last 5-6 minutes in the game, I just feel like we're going to win it. And that's because of who we have under center. It's obviously the whole team that got us there.
Yeah.
But this isn't a guy making bonehead mistakes in the last 6 minutes. He might make them in the second or third quarter, but he's not making them when the game's on the line. He's either stepping on guys' throats when he's got the lead with a little bit of time left and not giving the ball back, or he's moving the team down to give us a chance to win. And I mean, I would really like to go back through it and find some of those plays because
it's a lot of them. You'll be able to find them.
To your point, Chris, Pat Mahomes for sure, number one.
Yeah, you could think of plays in that situation. Matthew Stafford, you think of like clutch, like fourth quarter comeback plays in that situation. I'm not trying. I'm
But
saying like
I would say
like, I
of
don't think
those
I was hating.
24,
I'm just asking for like the moments.
but
you know?
of those 24 wins, I would say only 6 of them came easily. In 18 of those, he either had to will us to a win at the end, or he had to kill the clock and not give the ball back. So I'd say that a good 75% of our wins we have required Jared Goff to be very good in the last 5-6 minutes instead of just giving somebody the ball and running it through him. There's been some games where Monty's iced it away, but
all right. So this year, 26 Buccaneers, 34-20 Packers, 42-24 Panthers, 26 Falcons. Like these aren't.
Well, those you're just also touching on all the worst teams we played. But
well, no, I'm just going through the games. You're telling me they're all like comeback games. I just like if clutch moments. Like I gave you guys clutch moments. I gave you the touchdown to the Vikings, and I gave you the situation against the Rams. So that's the way I was looking for, I guess, to use the word clutch. But I think his superpower is the calmness, and I'm cool with that. I think the way this team is built, though, both from the offensive line and the weaponry, is that if you have the right play caller, it's like almost anything could work. And I'm such a believer in the cap space era. I don't know if you heard my 12% situation.
Yes, many times.
Yes,
and I'm not one to disagree.
True, right? So it's like that's where I'm at. Like I'm a Lions fan. Jared Goff is our guy, and I'm going to root for him. But at the end of the day, I want my team to do what's best for the team.
Yeah,
and then don't we love Brad Holmes a lot. What did Brad Holmes invest in that third round? Hendon Hooker. So I'm just reading the tea leaves, as you will. But Jared Goff this year has become lore. He's become legend.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought the first playoff win in my lifetime. He is going to be back, and I'm totally fine with that.
So Manning and Brady, what was their superpower?
So Brady had the clutch effect for sure.
And the composure.
The composure for sure. But Brady also had, I would say, a better arm than Jared Goff, in my opinion.
Downfield, sure.
I think he had better pocket presence than Jared Goff, in my opinion. And then also, for a long, long time, I was the same. I was with Brady. I was kind of like overhyped. And then I had a conversation with Darius Slay, shout out, where I was like, it was him versus Patrick Mahomes leading that Super Bowl. And I was kind of just doing the same thing. Like, I think I hit Darius with the same question. Like, what is Brady's superpower? What does he do better than any other quarterback to make him the best quarterback? And what he said, and he brought up versus Patrick Mahomes, and it literally happened in the Super Bowl. He texted me talking shit. But he said that Brady is always going to make the right throw.
Yeah.
You have a Patrick Mahomes at that time in his career was just a young home run hitter where he's just trying to make the big play constantly, whatever. He said, no, like football, if you just make the right throw, you'll get there. You don't need all the rest of the stuff. And that's why where people try to and again, Jared Goff is good. I never said he was ass or if I did, I was trolling for sure. I hope you guys know that.
You definitely said that.
But obviously the Dawkins, all that shit, yes, that is a thing. Those exist. But once he got together with Ben Johnson, and now Ben Johnson, pumping him up, incorporating him with an offense that he knows like the back of his hand, then he's going to execute. Give him an offensive line to keep him upright. Because we know when the pressure gets there, he ain't moving or he's holding the ball too. You know what I'm saying? He is more so like a team quarterback than anything else. And with that being said, I didn't want to invest a shit ton of money into that guy.
Yeah. Well, you brought up Ben Johnson, and last year I was in here with you. Actually, earlier in the year I was with you, and last year, 2023, and we talked about exactly that, whether or not he would be able to do that. I'm kind of losing my thought here too.
Let's go to a break real quick because we are 4 minutes over.
Yeah.
Let's recollect ourselves. What we got to talk about, Chris?
We got to talk about Guardian Alarm. Easy, tell us about it.
Guardian Alarm's #1 defense in the world. You want to talk about #1 defense in the league? Guardian Alarm's got the #1 defense in the world. Check them out today. Our professionals, technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. And they also have 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us today, anytime, day or night, and know the Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safe and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Call 1-800 Stay out. 1-800
Stay out.
We'll be right back.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Dispo Dispensary is giving away 2 tickets to the big game. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's a big game in Vegas. What are you watching this sports show? You know what big games coming out of Vegas. They're giving away 2 tickets. It's very, very simple. First and foremost, follow at dispo.michigan. Follow at Chill Medicated and at Chill Medicated CBD. Like the post pinned on the Dispo account. Tag a friend and share on your story for an extra opportunity to win 2 tickets, a flight, hotel, and accommodations to the big game in Vegas in 2 weeks. What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Anson Wells. We got young Chris, KG. Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We are continuing conversation because you had something to say about Ben Johnson. Please say something crazy about Ben Johnson.
We talked last year or earlier this season about whether he would be here or not. You guys thought for sure he was gone.
Yeah.
And I said I thought he was coming back. I think that the Lions have something to accomplish. Now, they refuted the story, but supposedly he said it would take him 12 or 15 million for anybody to get him.
Yeah.
Now, Carolina already signed their coach. This team really seems like they're on a path to do something, and I think that Jared Goff might be the guy that would take $45 million instead of 50 plus, similar to what we saw out of Tom Brady. So if he were to do that and we were to get these guys to buy into this system where they're, hey, I'll take a little bit less, how would you feel about Mr. Goff at $45 million?
If he took less, I would love him. I would love him. I mean, that's how you build teams. And we've been fortunate enough too. Like, I actually have a clip on my phone. I'll post it to you on Twitter at some point. But like, it's crazy too the way it turned out. But we had a conversation last year. I think it was off season or not. But we had mentioned. I said there is a way you could do it with Jared Goff. And I mentioned Brad Holmes would just have to like hit on these rookie pieces and they'd have to produce right away. Yeah. It wouldn't be one of those guys like, oh, we're waiting for him to come out. Broderick Martin ended up being that, but obviously you got everything else. That's what's happening, right? And we're witnessing it. Maybe till completion. We're gonna see. But like that's been the recipe. You need to build teams, especially when we're talking about it. And again, I mean this disrespectfully. This is the reality of the situation. When you have Jared Goff, who's not gonna like go above and beyond what you got going on, you need pieces around him to produce.
For sure.
The defensive side of the ball too. So like if he could take less money, we could afford to surround him with a team, then yeah, absolutely. You can't tell me. And this, by the way, too, like people who like, I've never said you can't win a playoff game. I've never said you can't win a division. I've said you can't win a Super Bowl. But
with Jared Goff, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we've seen him go to the Super Bowl, and he was on what type of deal? The rookie deal. And they surrounded him with a great team, a phenomenal team. And then once he got re-upped, things started doing a little bit. And they're like, okay, well, we just need to step up a talent and just complete the window, close the window, get the thing. Now, Brad Holmes has brought, 3 years now, a different layer to the argument. Because you got a guy that's every year now bringing in guys on rookie deals that are producing like immediately. And even the guys that aren't producing immediately, we've given Iffy, we've given Derek Barnes 2 years. Mm-hmm. Now they're producing too. Yeah. So now it becomes a different conversation to where, like, if Goff takes less money on top of that, for damn sure I'm talking my shit about going to Super Bowl, return to an NFC Conference Championship. Yeah. If the 12% rule, the guy who has the most Super Bowl rings was notorious for what? Taking less money. Yep. Football is a team game, especially in the salary cap era.
It's an interesting 12%. Number 12 there.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's a great point. Go ahead.
Yeah, and real quick, I think 2 things are key to this here. One, and Brian McFadden said it yesterday on the show, everybody on this team is selfless. You got a group of guys that are not self-centered. They all play for each other. They all want to see each other do well. Another thing that I think is key in this is the organization. They keep it real with these players. and also they look out for their own.
Yeah.
And I think through the 3 years that they've been here, players have seen that.
Yeah.
A lot of people had questions out of that first year when they said, hey, we're going to run it back with the same people. A lot of us was like, what the hell are you doing? You need to make some moves. Like, what are you talking about? But he stuck to his guns, and you see the results of it. The players appreciate stuff like that, you know? That goes a long way in the negotiation process. That goes a long way with players being like, hey, I will take a little less here if we can get a little more here and help us, you know, achieve our ultimate goal, which is a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So I think that helps a lot going, you know, forward with trying to re-sign some of these players.
And what teams have ever put a player out and forced the ball into them the last week of the season so they can hit their incentives?
Right.
You know, I mean, the transformation of this team into a free agent friendly place is, I mean, if you played against us and you hosted us, you watched us infiltrate your stadium.
Yeah.
Every player in the NFL would like to play for that.
Yeah.
You got a team that everybody's talking about, that's sharing in success now, and we got a whole bunch of money. I mean, to bring a guy here and ask him to take a discount is going to be one thing. I don't think that's going to happen. But Jared Goff isn't a stupid guy. He understands what's happening here. He's tasted success and then failure. I guarantee you he doesn't want to go through that again.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So for him to understand that, he's probably better placed than any other person that's looking at a $50 million contract, aside from Tom Brady, to say, hey, keep a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's keep this thing going.
Hey, if it happens, I'd love to see it. I think the thing a lot of people forget when it comes to that stuff, and through conversations I've had with like the people I'm fortunate to know in NFL circles, is that it's not always the player.
Yeah.
Like you saw the situation where guys, I think it was Lamar or Roquan Smith, had to fire their agents or like negotiate their own things because you have an agent who gets 10% of that. And so, like, the agent is not only negotiating for you, but he's also negotiating for his pockets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because a cut for you is a cut for him.
Yeah, and even if it's not the scenario where, like, he's also the guy in your ear, you got to take this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, and that agent wants that team to keep signing his guys, too. So he's got to take it easy on the team a little bit, too, you know? Lot of balls in the air on that. But I think that there's never been a Lions team that is more likely to see guys stay, not leave, and stay for less money. We already saw it once with Ben Johnson sticking around this year.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually getting sold on it because I was with you, Eazy, and it's no fault to Goff. Like, look, if you play at a market value, like, go get your money. Like, that's never been my issue's always just been just the team building part of it. Once you do that, you can't afford to do all these other things that you want to do, and so that's always been my worry. But you know, I think with the way you see these locker room videos, the way this city embraces him, the way this team embraces him, this organization, Dan Campbell giving him the ball and saying you are good enough for Detroit. Like, I really do think that Jared Goff, especially when you factor in the situation he had in LA, he was the hometown hero, he was the boy, and he got cast to the side, ridiculed. This is a place that has actually grown to endear him, and I think that for somebody that's been through that journey that he's been through, I do think there's real value in it. I don't know if he actually will make the financial commitment, and I don't blame him if he doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think I am starting to get sold on the possibility that he might actually be willing to take a discount. I'm not talking a crazy discount, but I think there's some value here in Detroit specifically for Jared Goff.
There's other pieces to the situation too. But we are in the midst of a NFC Conference Championship, and I don't want to discuss any of those things. To be honest with you guys. Yeah. Because there's definitely other pieces, and I've been vocal about them before, but there's just no need to discuss them. We're in an NFC Conference Championship. I don't want to be, because again, a lot of people look at it as hate, but I just relaying the reality of situations that we are dealing with.
We can talk about that in a couple weeks.
Yes, we'll talk about it after we catch that Super Bowl.
That's right.
I'm wrong at that.
That's
point.
right.
But we do have to go to break. We come back talking about money. Might have some money for you guys to make when we get back here. We're doing the over-under segment for the Detroit Lions versus the San Francisco 49ers.
And tell us about money. Tell us about how to save a little cheese.
You can save $5,000 on your closing costs. If you go see my guy Mark White, that's $5,000. He has a website. It's very simple, markwhitesells.com. He also has a phone number. It's 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, he is the place to go. markwhitesells.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, welcome back to Woodward Live on sports.com. I'm Eazy, it's Anson Wells, Young Chris, we got KG.
What up, dude?
Shout out to my Nick, Detroit Mario in the building. We're just doing like an over under segment for the Detroit Lions versus San Francisco 49ers. If we go speed round this one, then maybe we'll move on to like the Ravens game. I haven't really talked or analyzed that at all. I've been locked into this Lions 49ers. It's kind of crazy.
There's another game going on.
I know, right?
There's another one.
I guess quick prediction for that one.
Listen, week 8, I'm on here saying 49ers, Ravens. I'm going to choose the Lions today because then either way I win.
Yeah,
you got your bases covered. I've been saying this all week, man. Let's finish the season how it started. Detroit, Kansas City.
I love that.
Let's go.
I'm all in for that.
I'm with that too because I damn sure don't want to see those Ravens.
Yeah, I don't.
No, the Ravens are
damn sure.
But that's the one team I'd be okay with losing to.
Mahomes,
to be honest, just because I'm a huge Lamar fan, you know.
Yeah, Lamar's great.
When the alternative is Patrick Mahomes, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving him his 3rd ring, bro. I'm not trying to lose that game.
Real quick, KG,
I rock with Patrick Mahomes, but
what'd you say?
I mean, I rock with Patrick Mahomes, but obviously in that scenario, you know what I'd be rooting for. But
yeah,
like,
who would you rather lose to?
Who'd I rather
no,
lose
no,
to?
we're not talking about losing.
Yeah, that's what you guys were just alluding to.
No,
that's what you were alluding to.
What the fuck you guys are talking about? We're not talking about that. I wonder who you think will win that game.
Pause, Anson.
No, I'm playing.
We haven't really broke that game down. We got AFC Championship. We got in that one.
Oh, you said who in the AFC Championship?
Yeah.
Ravens, Chiefs. Oh, you saying who I got?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm out of it.
No, you're good.
I got the Ravens, man. I think the Ravens get there.
Nick,
I think the Kansas City Chiefs go to another Super Bowl.
Yeah,
really?
I really do. I don't
Why?
think Mahomes loses this game. It's just something about Mahomes in the playoffs and the script that goes with it. I think Mahomes gets it with the whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. I think that's how it's going to go. And
I'm taking the Ravens, but I'm biasing it.
Chiefs don't want to see us in
I'm biasing it. Well, I'm biasing like when I want Lamar to get his because the amount of disrespect.
Not over my Lions, though.
On Lamar. Yeah, no, not about Detroit Lions. But the amount of disrespect that he had is like, bro. I'm just saying over Chiefs, I guess I should say. If I said Super Bowl, I apologize. You say something else, Nick, real quick? We say anything else? I apologize. I cut you off.
Oh, no, I definitely got the Chiefs in that one.
Yeah.
I'd probably sprinkle some cash on that as well.
All right. Speaking of cash, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Over under Jared Goff, 255 yards, 255 and a half yards. Jared Goff in this game. Who you got?
I'm going under here.
Under?
I think we are going to run the ball 30-plus times in this game. I said it last night. I think we are going to be strictly running the ball and trying not to throw the ball that many times, and I think he gets under that total.
I think the two signings this week were pretty telling in Forniak and Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz isn't out there to catch 3 balls for 80 yards and a touch.
Yeah.
He's out there as a lineman. Absolutely. I like that. I like that under.
KG?
What was it? 255.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was basically 256 over. If you
Yeah. No, definitely over. The last 2 games, like I said, he's had 287 and 277 in both of those playoff games, and those weren't necessarily pass happy games. I guess aside from the last one, he put the ball up 43 times. But yeah, give me the over.
It's possible too because of the Yak King and like the JMO deep shots.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, like it is really easy for Goff to get there. I'm also taking the under just because I believe this is the one game. We've talked about it for like 8 weeks. When are we just going to say, F it, we're the best run team in the league with the best offensive line. Let's just run this shit. And I think this is the game that they actually do it. Especially when you point out those stats yesterday about Gibbs versus the outside.
Gibbs in the outside run. How about Mina Kimes with the running in the short yardage situations too? Like at least I hope it's that way. I think that's the recipe to beat these guys.
I think it is too, man. That's not no knock to Golf, but it's just like if you have something great, use it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not taking Steph Curry and putting him on the block to post up. Like
that's true. And that's the thing too, right? Like our superpowers in Golf, like leaving the pocket and whipping it downfield. It's like when he has a great line in front of him, George Jackson's out and Frank's banged up. Let's not have him standing back there like a statue against this elite defensive line.
And mitigate what their strengths in San Francisco are as well.
Yeah.
This is an explosive offense that we need to keep off the field. Mm-hmm. They've got a great defense that can overwhelm teams, but I've watched them get beat up through the course of 30-plus runs, as he mentioned. And if the Lions are able to establish the run early, I think that them winning a lower-scoring game favors them. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I think that if this is a 30-plus point game, I'm worried about winning a 30-plus point game on the road in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm personally not touching the line, but yeah, I'd probably take the under 2. This one, if you want to make some money, I would take the over. Tell me if I'm wrong. Brock Purdy, 274.5.
Yeah.
You got to go over on that one,
right?
I think.
Everyone's been doing it.
All
the kids are doing it. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's easy.
His sneaky escapability is really what concerns me the most. It's something the Lions have really struggled with, and we've also been absolutely slayed by top-tier tight ends.
Yeah.
We've also struggled against mid-tier tight ends. So Kittle's my biggest concern. I think there's going to be a lot of passing from Purdy. But if Purdy gets out of the pocket, I'm more concerned about that. Give him 300-plus yards. That means that we're doing something right and they're playing from behind.
Nick?
Yeah, he's smashing that over.
Yeah.
We bend, don't break, baby.
That's right.
Just keep him out of the end zone.
All right, I'm taking it right now. KG?
Over.
All right. You guys want to do our running backs? Or you want to do the receivers?
Do running backs.
All right. Key to the game guy, Jahmyr Gibbs, 47.5. Over under Anson Wells.
I mean, I'm going to operate on the premise that the Lions are going to win this game, and if they do that, they have to run the ball. So I'll say over 47.
Nicholas?
I'm going to go over. He needs the carries. We've been waiting all year, and he's starting to really show it. I mean, we've seen it all year in spurts, but he's going to get the boatload of the carries this game, and I think he is easily going to surpass that over.
KG?
Yeah, easy money. This is over, man. I think both of our backs get over at least 50 yards,
Agreed.
so over.
It's easy, baby. I'm taking the over for sure. I listen, the breakout play ability that he has, that could be one run for him. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what though, I would take the over, but I'd be more confident with particularly Gibbs doing the alt yards, like receiving and rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just feel like that's because I feel like there's so many times where they can just go to
his alt yards are at 75.5
combined.
Yeah. See that? Is it crazy?
You're more comfortable with that than 47?
Is it crazy that I'm more confident in that? I'm
more
though.
comfortable with 47 personally.
Cause like, dude, a bubble screen, and like you've seen what he's been able to do. I know he's done it through rushing too, but I don't know. I think of him, as Ben Johnson has said, a weapon, like a straight up weapon, not necessarily a back or a receiver, just a weapon. So I feel safer betting that. But you're right, 47. That's a pretty fair line. I'd take the over.
I think he's got like a 39-yard run in on this game.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to need it. The whole team's going to need that kind of play.
What about their back? What about McCaffrey? What's his line?
That's a great question. McCaffrey.
Wasn't it like 100 something?
What is it? Is it
like
3 digits?
I don't know how to feel. It's 87
and a half?
87. That's right.
Wow.
I mean, he's good, but we've been great too. You know what I'm saying?
He's a little banged up right now. He is a little banged up.
Debo's playing, by the way. That's crazy. We did this whole show and didn't mention that. He is playing. He's not even on the injury report today.
I think that if we're seeing Purdy go for over 300 yards passing, we're going to see a lot of that go to McCaffrey through the air and less on the ground. I think the Lions are going to come out and actually kind of have a little bit of control in this game in the first half. Whether that translates into a win, I don't know. I hope so. But I think that the pace of the game is going to dictate that San Francisco has to throw while we're attempting to establish that run.
Nick?
Yeah, I think we're going to be selling out against the run here in this game.
Yeah.
So I see him going under that running total. I think he will be used, like Anson said, out of the backfield as a pass catcher. But that's a lot of yards on this defense that does not give up a lot of rushing yards to their lead running back. So I'm definitely going under on Christian McCaffrey rushing yards here.
Was it 86?
86 and a half.
86 and a half.
Yeah.
I had him going over. I think that's what I picked last night. I got him going over, but not by much. I think he'll top out at around 90. But my thinking is as long as you keep him under 100, the Lions can win this game.
Yeah. Listen, this season, they are 11-1 when he rushes for over 75 yards.
Are we going to see much Mason and Mitchell, you think?
They're good too. I mean, it's just a good run scheme. It's kind of like the same thing in Detroit. Like you saw Jamal and Swift look good last year. Now you saw two totally different running backs still look.
They got
obviously better because they're better running backs, but yeah, setting up stuff for golf.
So
That's why it looks
are
so
we
great.
still on props, or we talk about the main game?
Still on props.
Okay, cool.
If you want, we got to go break real quick. But one that I'm cashing in for sure. I did it last week too, and just because I know how our defense is, characteristics of our defense. Brock Purdy 7.5 rushing.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oh yeah,
I'm throwing. Yeah.
Before we leave this, though, I have to say this to you guys at home. Okay,
Talk to him.
you can look at all the analyze all the information and figure out exactly what you're going to spend your money on for your best win, but it comes down to this: how much money would you feel okay with not going to the Super Bowl, and then bet that, and either way you win, right? You put some money on San Francisco and they go, you're not heartbroken. Otherwise, your boys are in the Super Bowl. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm doing the suckers route. I'm betting on the San Francisco.
All right, go to break.
Straight up money line. Just for that silver lining, guys. Silver lining.
While we're talking about donations here, let me tell you how to spend your money a little bit better. Head to woodwardsports.com and click the shop tab. Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. New design, amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. You can check all of that out today at woodwardsports.com, clicking the shop tab.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Come on down to Desco. Best desk in the building. Best desk in the West. I'm Eazy.
That's Dale Dimmadome.
This Dale Dimmadome. What up, though? I'm Eazy. That's Anson Wells. We got young Chris, KG, Nick, Unky Nick, Detroit Mario, whatever you may know him by.
Detroit Mario.
Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let's go receiving yards just real quick. Unless you guys just want to talk about the game. I mean, it's Friday. Fuck, you want to do final predictions? All right, Nick, you got a whole other show to do, I guess.
So does KG.
Yeah, fuck you. All right, you getting Nick's first pick right here, okay? All right, Nick, I'm going to start with you.
Let's start with Anson on this one. I got to...
You got to cook it up?
Yeah, I got to cook it up real quick.
Am I choosing a winner?
Oh, fuck. All right, let's not go to Anson. Chris.
You sure you want me to do that right away? You want me to start it?
No, just keep me, he's done. He's making me nervous. I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, mute them. I think the Lions got it. Like I've been very against this. I've been saying for weeks that they're gonna get slapped when they got here, but these last couple weeks have really proven to me, and I think at the very least this is going to be a close game. I think no matter what way, I don't see a way in either scenario where either team blows out the other. I think this is just one of those destined to be a close games, and the Lions are going to prove that they are validated this year, because I know people are trying to question the legitimacy of this playoff run, and I think this is the game where they cement it. Are we doing like a score prediction, or are we just kind of?
Hell yeah!
No, I mean, score is tough to do, but let's throw it in there.
Score
it down.
Score is
I hate
tough.
doing score predictions.
Score is tough, but I'm gonna go a clean score. I'm gonna go 30-24 Lions.
Okay.
30 points.
30-27, sorry. 30-27.
30 points on the San Francisco
30
defense.
Ball, 30 burger.
Okay.
How many Packers put up last week? 24 or something?
Can't remember.
I'm going to look it up. Who you got, KG?
It's crazy. We've been breaking down this game all damn week, and I have not thought about a score prediction absolutely at all. But I'm taking my Lions. Give me 28-24 Lions victory. They're gonna run the ball, but they're also gonna be able to utilize play action and put some points on the board. I think we make them one dimensional. We make Brock Purdy have to beat us, and I don't think he can. Just honestly, if we can slow, like I said, if we can keep CMC under 100 yards, then Brock Purdy has to go out and throw the ball to win this game, and I don't think he can do that. So give me the Lions 28-24. That's my score prediction.
I'm going to be biased. I don't give a shit.
Man, we in the NFC Championship game. That bias shit out the window.
Yeah,
what is it? Talk to your boy.
40-6.
You want my real? I'm taking my Lions.
Of course.
Taking my Lions. I think they need to feel like the underdogs, which they obviously are. But I like the fact that they're at home. I'm sorry, on the road. Kind of reminiscence of that KC game, right? It's like that, it's a big moment, season opener. You're on the road. You're going against like Patrick Mahomes. It's the San Francisco 49ers, guys, the big boys of the NFC, on the road. I think Dan Campbell, it's an easier, not that he sucks at selling any message at all, but it's an easier message to sell when it's that underdog situation. I think that's what they're in. I think the performance such. Brock Purdy, I know what the juggernaut is of the San Francisco 49ers. I know no matter what quarterback you put in there, I think they're going to do pretty well. I think Brock Purdy's obviously better than Jimmy G, but we haven't seen him in these big-time moments. He made it to the NFC Championship game last year, but he didn't play in the NFC Championship game last year. So I'm counting on a little bit of that inexperience to show. There was a drop pick last week. You can't blame that in the rain. I know a lot of shit happened last week in the rain, but you're not blaming the drop pick in the rain. He has a bad throw. I'm expecting a Brian Branch or CJGJ to capitalize on those situations. And hopefully Hutch, the stuff that we pulled up today about Makevich, he's one of the worst right tackles. I didn't even know that. It's crazy they're operating as high as they have with that on the offensive line. I hope Hutch eats him up. And offensively, Jahmyr Gibbs, run, baby. Run. At Penei Sewell, he's going to knock somebody in the fucking ground. Somebody may be concussed. All right. Run the football, get to Purdy, and let's go to the Super Bowl, baby.
And Jahmyr made you forget about Jalen real quick, didn't he?
Jalen.
Who? Exactly.
Jalen who?
Exactly. Jalen Carter.
I like Jalen Carter still.
I know, but we don't talk about him anymore, baby.
It's over with.
And that's what's beautiful, because we really struck gold with these guys. The young guys are going to be a major factor in this game. I am going to rewind it back to Week 8. I told you right here, Ravens, 49ers. However, I got to adapt with the times. This is the hottest team in the NFL right now, and the NFL loves the Chiefs. 27-23, Lions going to the Super Bowl to play Pat Mahomes. I do want to leave here alive as well. So
I already threw a pin cap at him.
Eazy had a gun under the desk the whole time.
Right. Better not say it.
Yeah. It's a 45. Is
I
that the
can
score?
see it. I can see it back here.
Nicholas.
Yes, sir. You know, big game coming up Sunday night, and to get that score prediction, you got to check out Woodward Knights. Let's go.
Smart who's winning?
You're going to get Brewer and Nick and KG score prediction. You already got
third
sneak peek.
person.
Yes.
He also just gave his score
Yeah,
prediction.
check out Woodward Knights, where you have a packed show.
Who's winning?
I will give it to you on Woodward Knights.
Who's winning, Nick? Come on.
That's
Stay
fair.
strong,
I'm going to
Nick.
tune in now. I got to
don't
know.
Let's go.
I got to know.
Let's go.
Don't fold.
Yeah, we have a lot of unseen footage from practice that Broder got, so it's going to be a packed show. A lot of good picks. Looking forward to it.
Great, that's plenty to talk about.
Shit,
Why
I'm
don't you
never
give us
on
the
this
score?
bitch ass on the mic.
I want to ask you guys all one real quick question. Actually, did we get your prediction yet, KG?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got mine.
I want to ask you guys this. You get one choice. You can go to San Francisco with your buddy and be
You
at
got
the
one
game.
shot.
Or
One opportunity.
you can go with your
Seize this
family
moment.
to Ford Field to watch the game. Where are you watching it?
Say it one more time. Ford Field.
With your one buddy in San Francisco, nosebleeds.
All right.
Or here in Detroit at Ford Field with your family. Where are you watching the game?
Ford Field all day.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough.
I was at Game 7 when we lost to San Antonio, and that taste is still in my mouth.
Ford Field, like on the TV.
Yeah,
or Ford Field,
it's
like
about $30 to get in.
Oh yeah, that. I like watching it on the TV better
At home.
but I don't watch
You
games
want
with my
option
family
3.
because I'm a psychopath.
San
I
Francisco
wanna
or
scare
Ford
my
Field?
son.
You got to choose one.
Ford Field.
Okay.
Ford Field all day.
Ford
man.
Field?
Yeah.
San Fran.
I want
San
to be
Fran?
amongst my people.
San
you know?
Fran.
I feel that I want to be close to my people, but going there and being like, I'm walking in because I know my team's walking out with a victory, there's some big balls right there.
Yeah. San Fran. No, I'm thinking of Oakland fans.
Well, they're there too now. They're there too ever since the Raiders
Knuckleheads.
left town. My buddy's been out there from Michigan State for 15 years, and he said it's not all champagne and cheese, man.
Yeah.
That there's a rowdy factor to that San Francisco audience.
Oh,
I'll never forget the home opener like 2 years ago. Dave Campbell's first game.
Yo.
They were here heavy.
Yeah.
It was heavy season, bro. They got a large fan base, and it makes sense, bro.
Yeah,
They've
historic
won
franchise.
forever.
Taking over
forever.
lots downtown.
From freaking Montana to freaking Steve Young.
Yeah.
To you can say what you want about the Kaepernick, Jim Harbaugh, but they did go. They were a really good team. They went to the Super Bowl, and then now once more Jimmy G, and then again with fucking. It's crazy, man. They've been good for a long time. Hopefully that's us up next.
Indeed.
Enjoy Woodward Nights.
Damn right.
F Nick. And have a good night.
Everybody
Appreciate you
put
guys tuning in.
tomatoes in the
Go
chat. for
Lions,
Nick.
baby.
Yeah, tomatoes in chat for Nick. Hunky Nick. Love you guys. Peace out.
Go Lions.